Bitcoin is currently pumping here into higher levels and to a major resistance. I will show you why we're actually pumping and why this might be just the start. If you think that's interesting, then definitely stick around here because there is so much content that I have prepared for you guys and with a lot of confluence where we are heading and why that actually is. So don't miss out on that and let's go. Thank you so much for tuning in here on this Wednesday. I jumped directly into some news for today. And one of the main reasons why we see a potentially Bitcoin moving right now to the upside. The US House has scheduled a crypto tax hearing for potential 0% on capital gains on crypto. And I tweeted this also earlier today that expect Bitcoin to pump today if we actually get a 0% capital gains, and this will become federal law. You can see here in that article that Chairman Smith and Oversight Subcommittee Chairman Schweikert announced subcommittee hearing on making America the crypto capital of the world, ensuring the digital asset policy built for the 21st century. And what is the best way to do that for them? Making the US highly attractive for outside capital with 0% capital gains on your crypto profits. I think that people in the US are waking up right now, seeing this, remembering, oh, there is this hearing, and that's why we get here already, so to speak, a pre-market pump before the actual hearing happens. I don't know at what time that hearing is scheduled. I tried to figure that out here. This was 4 hours ago. There we go, 9 a.m. So, but this is postponed. Oh, both postponed. That is actually crazy that they both postponed it. And Bitcoin is still pumping. Can we see here when they're going to do it then? No, actually not. Crazy. So there's something else in the market happening. There's more confluence why Bitcoin is pumping, but this was for me one of the catalysts for today. So when we're looking at the DXY, there's not much to say. We are back in that bearish, into that bear flag, that bearish falling wedge here. I don't believe that we're getting here breakout above 98%. We're going to reverse here either today or latest by tomorrow, in my opinion. Let's talk about what's going on with Bitcoin. So here on the daily chart, showed you yesterday that bull flag here, that small one that we are forming. So this is right now about to break out, and we will reach then the top of the Bollinger Bands at $111,600 approximately, $570 approximately. There's currently the upside band of the Bollinger Band, and you had here yesterday ample opportunity to get into this trade. So I hope you were able to take advantage of that before we started moving. You would be still not too late because the percentage gain is just so high that even now it would be not too late because how much did we move? 1%? Yeah, roughly 2%. So still 24% to the upside. You are definitely still early in that trade if you want to take it, especially while we are breaking out here right now. On the weekly chart here, we are looking also insanely bullish right now by attempting to break into this massive, huge resistance area that goes all the way up to roughly $112,000. If we're taking out last week's high, expect that we're gonna go for the all-time high and potentially even higher than that. And as I mentioned already in the last couple of days, I can definitely see us putting in a new all-time high this week. That doesn't mean that we go to $120,000 this week, but a new all-time high around $114,000, $115,000 is definitely something that that could be unfolding here really, really soon. So on the 1 hourly time frame, also here yesterday mentioned that once we are leaving that consolidation phase here, that we're going to get a pump to the upside. This is exactly what's happening right now. Why is it happening? Let me see, was this here on this chart? No, it will be on the next one. But here you can clearly see the MACD has flipped bullish. The stochastic started flying. The RSI is flying. We're not in overbought territory yet. So once we're taking out yesterday's highs here at $109,700, we should get a move in direction of 100, basically here to these highs, to $110,500 approximately. I can see there a small rejection for a couple of hours, but then we're going to get here a move into the prior all-time high. So here on the 50 minutes chart, also here you see a clear attempt to break into that resistance area that we have formed now over the last couple of days. Here the MACD is absolutely flying. The stochastic is overextended, and here we are forming now a small bearish divergence on the 50-minute time frame, which is not really concerning to me, because the worst that can happen is that we fall back down to $109,150. Also because this candle over here is a vector candle. Usually we come back to fill these candles to the downside. So here again, more confluence why we should come back down here. So if you're looking for a really good entry for the next leg to the upside, you could place some limit orders here around these levels of $109,150 to $108,900. That would be a good range to set up limit orders right now before we are continuing here to push higher. On the 4-hourly chart, here are multiple reasons why we are pumping right now, and this is what I wanted actually to show you besides the news part. So first of all, maybe you can see it already, we are putting in here a W pattern. I'm not sure if I mentioned it yesterday already. No, I did mention it yesterday. So we are putting in here a W pattern. We are breaking right now above the neckline. So and only for that specific pattern here, if I take here again, kind of body, the technical target is all the way up here at $111,400. Again, a lot of confluence where we should put in a new all-time high rather sooner than later this week. If we get now a confirmed breakout above the W formation. At the same time, we also put in here a bullish divergence. Price was declining, RSI was rising. So here, lower lows, higher lows, bullish divergence. The bullish divergence will have played out when we get a close above the neckline of $109,500 and start to continue to move here higher. There's another pattern that I don't want to withhold from you that's also breaking out right now, and that is here a symmetrical triangle or bullish pennant, however you want to see that. So I'm going to put this in here. So also this is breaking out right now. So if you would, let me see, I want to make this a little bit more accurate here. So if you would treat this here, also potential bull flag, it's breaking out on the 4-hourly chart, then here you see again $114,300 approximately. So here again, massive confluence. Why we are seeing right now Bitcoin breaking out alone on the 4-hourly chart. 1 to 3 different patterns colliding here right now around this same level with more or less the same target to the upside, which just shows you that this is the most likely path that we will be going, because there's nothing really going against us right now, and you go with the flow. And this is now a massive, huge upside here. If you want to take any of these trades, guys, do this on Bluefin. The more you trade right now, especially on a day like that, the more likely you are able to get one of these prices here. So check that out. You can get here a Rolex, AirPods, a Switch, iPhone 16 Pro Max, a MacBook Pro, or an Apple Vision. It all depends on how much trading volume you do on your account. But you can technically get a Rolex, or you can convert these prices also into cash. Just want to mention that here. That's also a possibility for you guys. And if you sign up right now between today and Sunday and deposit at least $100, you will be also eligible for a giveaway that I do on Sunday of $500 that I give away to 5 people. So make sure that also for that you sign up and deposit $100, that you are in that, because who cannot use right now $500, right? So, and you don't even need to, I don't even ask you to trade with the $100, just to open the account, deposit $100, and then you are in already. On the 4-hourly time frame here on Bitstamp, we are leaving also now the trading range. You can see here, even if I only connect the wicks, so we're definitely getting here a breakout. Here is the trade setup that was also mentioned again yesterday. Here you are, again, not too late. For a 4% move remaining here to $114,000.79. So also here, definitely still worth taking the trade. Let me actually see, do I want to take this trade? I might take this trade myself. I will set a limit order. I will set a limit order for this specific trade setup. Remember that I believe that we will come back here quickly to $109,000 approximately. And around that level, I'm going to set a limit order here while I'm recording this video. On the MDX Algo Scalp Gradients, I had mentioned before that I was waiting for a phase where we heat up with the candles again here to the upside. This is happening right now, in my opinion, because we are above the weekly open, and that is another reason why we are pumping, because we are above the weekly open here, which is also always a sign for a continuation move into higher levels. We are putting in here a W pattern, so we're here now in a pink, in a pink soft reddish phase. But what we're getting now, because we are starting to move here into new all-time high, in my opinion, we're going to get here a proper red phase, but it will be a big red phase, something like what we have seen over here with like nice expansion to the upside. On the reactor indicator, also here, don't see any reversal signs right now, which is also another sign that for a continuation move. Sorry, for a continuation move. And at the same time, we are seeing here the bullish and bearish bands that the reactor indicator is moving in, also contracting, which is also always a sign for continuation to the upside, because after a contraction like over here, you're going to get expansion to the upside, and that also reflects then in the price action here. So I expect something like this here again, which will get us closer to $114,000 in the next coming hours, and most likely into the weekend. On the liquidation levels also here, major confluence that we are starting to push here higher, because we start liquidating now here over leveraged short positions all the way up to $110,300, really close to the prior weekly high. And here, once we have broken that, you get then also the pump into new all-time high, 100% in my opinion. There, I also mentioned yesterday, I want to mention this here again, because we got here supported above the 50 moving average. I don't see us here unless with a major black swan event coming anytime soon down to the 200 moving average and liquidate the over leveraged long liquidity that's below us. Remember what I said? So we're going to take here all this liquidity out, push into new all-time high around $114,000. Also here you see here confluence that we're most likely going to stop here at $111,250, which was also a level that I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago. And once we are up here, liquidity will have built up now, instead of here on the short side, on the long side. Everybody that came too late for that move in that area here, that will be the next area that we go in to grab long liquidity once we have a new all-time high. And from here, you're going to get then continuation into the next all-time high in direction of $120,000, potentially even way higher than that. You also see that here on the liquidation heat map, if I refresh that now, so we are getting close for the short squeeze at $109,800. Once we are there, we're going to move into $111,000. Like I said, below us, that will remain untouched in the near future, and most likely these people are going to close their positions if they're smart enough before prices actually reversing and coming back to the $109,000 level to test this as new support. The Bitcoin dominance is also seeing here a breakdown. We are getting close to 64.72%. I had mentioned that if we break below that upward sloping trend line here, that this might be finally the signal that we were looking for the early start of an altcoin season. Let me actually pull up the altcoin season index while we're at that. So where are we at? We are at 27 now. 27. We are out of Bitcoin season. So that means altcoin starting to slowly outperform Bitcoin, but slowly, not immediately completely. But that is the moment. This is the moment, guys. This is the moment where you want to make sure that you are right now in altcoins positioned the right way to take advantage of that. You don't want to be here starting to build your altcoin positions when we're in altcoin season, because then we are close to the top already. You want to build them while we are close or just above, when we are close below or just above Bitcoin season. That's where you want to build your altcoin positions to be ready for the big expansion, because it's never lasting really long, So here from 15 October to 7 December, so it was 6 weeks last year. So this can happen really quickly, and coins will also move then accordingly really quick. So, and for that reason, get a Bybit account. There happen most of my altcoin trades still. I just forgot to log in here. I'm going to do that tomorrow and show you some of my trades there. So you still get up to $30,000 if you sign up here in deposit bonuses and a Bybit card. They have currently 20% cashback on the Bybit card. So I just go crazy right now with spending on the card because I get so much money back. You know, like food shopping that I usually do later for $200-300 I'm doing right now. Other stuff that I have to pay, like even bills, you know. So what is better than paying bills and getting 20% back? So I pay as much as I can right now with the card. So definitely check that out. There is a link in the pin comment below and in the description below if you want the card or the nice bonuses here. And I want to remind you, if you are a European citizen and you are still living in Europe, and you had a .com account, you have to switch at some point to Bybit.eu. Do it rather now than later to avoid any problems. Do it with the same email address that you have from Bybit with your current account, and you will straight away get $10 as a reward, plus also sign-up bonuses and deposit bonuses over on Bybit.eu. So like I said, by the end of the year, you have to do it anyway. Rather do it now than later to avoid any complications. So, and everybody else that has a .com account, you are fine. You're fine. Don't worry about that. You know, so it's just for people in the EU. Now, Ethereum is also seeing here expansion into the resistance area now of $2,741. Again, I want to mention, I gave you basically a sniper entry down here where I said, if we come down to the 50 or to the 200 moving average after the golden cross, get in, because we're going to start expanding then to the upside. So, and this is once again exactly what we are seeing here right now. Once we are breaking here this small resistance area at $2,667, where we got a small rejection currently from, once we're above that, we're going straight for $2,741. And when we break that level, all hell will break loose because we're gonna move into $3,000 finally. And while altcoins are now outperforming Bitcoin, I think this will be happening here in the next coming days. Also, as late as by Sunday, we could be trading around $3,000 for Ethereum. So here, once we get above that level, if you missed here your entry down here, that would be, for me, a point of entry for a position. But I want to mention here, this is also a little bit risky, you know, so because if we get here up here rejection at $2,740, we could come back down to 2,600, 2,550 approximately. So, and for that reason, you have to aim a little bit higher. 3,100, what was here? 3,177. So that was a bigger resistance. So 20% move against a 19% move against a 4.5% stop loss, more or less, once we break above that level. So that is fine. That is fine. But remember, you're risking that we are round tripping here, even though it's like 5% is actually quite a lot. I don't see it happening because the 50 moving average will be around this level here soon. But it is a possibility if you take the trade from there. If you want to be less risk adverse, then take the trade from 2,741. Of course, you make almost 4% less in profit, but you can put your stop loss then here at 4.42. You would lose 4.42% if it goes against you. So it's a little bit less risky and also a little bit less the size of the stop loss. But it's up to you what you want to do it. Personally, you know, I'm a risk taker. You know, you make money when you take risks. So I would actually go for this here, personally. But you do what you do, I do what I do. Then Solana also breaking out here, out of that bullish pennant. We are starting to test here now the resistance all the way up to $157. I think on the 12-hourly chart, 12-hourly chart still has room to put in a nice candle in the direction of $165. And I think the daily chart, also continuation. I don't think that we are going to stop here before $165 approximately. Would I still enter this here? You could do that, but it would be then a scalp trade. I would also say that we could potentially come back here to $152. And once we are doing that, I would enter from there. Oh, okay, roughly an 8% move, so not such a big scalp trade, more like an intraday trade. So definitely still worth be taking that trade here, but set a limit order at $152. If you get it, you get it. If not, then let it run, and we're gonna get new setups when we are around $160. Because I see here for a potential slight turnaround, the RSI turning down. And that's just simple to the fact that we are trading here below resistance, and we have another major resistance that we are currently trading on, and that is here, this massive downward sloping trend line from that bump and run pattern. Remember here, this is a huge swing setup for Solana into $323. $323 if we're getting here a breakout by today or tomorrow, and we are just slightly popping our head here above that line right now. So yeah, you're gonna get here the continuation candle and the proper breakout in tomorrow's 12-hourly candle if we keep pumping here. A reason why I see us pushing higher is that we are forming here also an inverse head and shoulders pattern, and it had this inverse head and shoulders pattern would be broken, yeah, at $156 would be that inverse head and shoulders pattern be broken, and the target is roughly $183. Oh no, wait, way too low. Okay, let's do it properly. Here. It is coinciding more or less with the downward sloping trend line that we have already. $191. So if you're looking for a shorter swing trade, for a shorter term swing trade position, then this is your trade that you're looking for. This can literally happen by next week that we are up here. So, but that we're reaching $323, that might take still a month. So just that you are aware of the time horizons that I'm looking at. So now let's have a look quick at my trades here on Blowfin. Some of them start to explode here. The hype trade is doing well. Link is doing well. I told you yesterday, get in at $13.84. I went in just a little bit above that. And also my AVAX trade is now starting to print here. So I'm definitely happy with what I'm seeing. Now I'm going to show you again why AVAX is actually moving it to the upside. Because also here we are in an ascending triangle on the 4-hourly chart. Maybe even on a 12-hourly chart. Yeah, also on a 12-hourly chart. Here we still have 11 hours to pump a little bit higher. Most likely going to $19 roughly. I can see us here getting rejected in the short term. But then give it another 2-3 days and we're going to get here proper breakout in the direction of $20. That's what I see here for AVAX. Also here, the RSI is still flying and we just crossed here into bullish territory. So here also nothing really telling me that we're going to stop here anytime soon and rather get here a continuation move. So if you missed the entry that I had actually given here in the past, it's not too late. Also here, W pattern, breakout right now. You can either take the trade from here. I'm going to give you now the technical target of that. And you look here at almost 18% with a also 4.67% stop loss. If you enter right now from that W breakout, again, if you want to be more conservative and more playing this by the book, then you're looking at almost 16% with a stop loss of 4.23%. So also here you see a stop loss is smaller, and this is the less risky setup. That's what I want to say, less risky. So up to you how you want to trade that. I'm in since here, roughly down here, when I saw that we were breaking into this vector candle. So I knew we were gonna go here at least to the top of that vector candle at $18.80, hence why I prematurely entered this here. Then SUI fighting with the $2.96 level. Remember what I said, if we get here a 1-hourly close above that level, that's when I would enter that. Also here we're putting in a W pattern. See many altcoins forming the same pattern right now. You only need to be on the lookout when you see multiple coins forming the same patterns and there's confluence across the market on a certain time frame. You know, okay, the whole market is about to smash here, and then you just pick the most likely winner for you, or you set alerts, which are when coins are breaking these necklines of these patterns, and the first coins breaking that where you set the alarms, these are the ones where you then pounce and get into these coins, because these are usually also the fastest movers then to the upside. So, and SUI is a fast mover, hence why I'm positioned into SUI now and added to that position, because I see here the next move leading to $3.45 in the next coming days, because I think you're also on a daily chart, or it was a 12-hourly chart somewhere. The stochastic was pretty much bottoming out. Okay, now my chart is lagging. Yeah, so here continuation, crossover to the upside, while also the RSI just started to be bullish here, crossing into bullish territory. We're definitely moving here now into higher levels, while we also broke this downward sloping trend line. Then Link is already flying here. So I hope a lot of you guys got in, because also here was at $13.86. The neckline broken, so that is one of the fast moving coins today. Once we're getting here a 4-hourly close above $14.16 approximately, we're gonna fly here to $15 24 really fast. So yeah, congratulations if you were able to take that trade. Remember guys, I take these trades myself. I was late to the party myself to that trade. I should have added to that position a little bit more. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. So, but I see definitely here also one more 4-hourly candle flying to the upside. So I hope that you are well positioned. Then here, Hyperliquid, as I just mentioned, is flying right now. One of the other coins that is doing pretty well, and there's so much more room to go to the upside. We basically came down here to create on the higher time frames a higher low. This is a higher low on a I think 4-hourly chart. Does it put it in here? No. So, but this is a higher low because we had here a higher low. That is a higher low. So, and yeah, I knew when we put in here higher low, we started pumping. Okay, this is the sign where we are reversing now back to the upside. Hence why I got in here exactly at the 0.5 level. And now we're gonna come up here, form here also a W pattern around the golden ratio of $40.02. Once that is broken, we're gonna fly to $42.50. That's the technical target. And I see us going higher than that. So, not directly into the prior all-time high, but close to it. We're gonna put in a lower high here, then most likely get rejected from that overall resistance area, start consolidating below that, and then we push into new all-time high, also here in Hyperliquid. So here, that W pattern is for you another opportunity to get in when we break the neckline at $40, to trade this into $44.56, which is roughly still a 10% move to the upside, and my stop loss would be here under $38.90 approximately. Render, another one that starts flying here. Remember, I'm also positioned in that. I kept adding every single time when we came here closer to that upward sloping trend line. Now we start flying in direction of the neckline of that ascending triangle. Again, if you want to play it safe, either enter at a W formation, again, that we are trying to break here, or at the neckline of that ascending triangle with a technical target of $3.87 from $3.40 roughly. That is also an 11% move to the upside just from that point on here. So of course, if you enter from the W formation down here, you take another 3, 4, 5% with you. Guys, that's it already for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you definitely with more money tomorrow.